Good afternoon, everyone. Dr. Alicia Elias-Roberts, Dean, Faculty of Law, UE, St. Augustine Campus. Leanne Alexander, Philanthropic Advisor, Rockefeller Philanthropy Advisors. Our Incarceration Nation Partner, Executive Director, Dr. Baz Dreisinger. Ms. Alexus McNally, Attorney at Law and Lecturer at the University of Nottingham, and Key Team Lead, Dr. Janeille Matthews, Deputy Dean, Graduate Studies and Research, Faculty of Law, UE, Cahill Campus, Barbados. Dr. Camille Huggins, Lecturer in Social Work Unit, Department of Behavioral Sciences, Faculty of Social Sciences. Mr. Mustafa Taha, Lawyer and Legal Advisor. Mr. Nicholas Khan, 2024 Fellow of Incarceration Nations Network, poet, spoken word performer. Specially invited guests, members of the media, students. Welcome. We have a very short, informative program today, and I'd like to begin by introducing Dr. Alicia Elias-Roberts, Dean, Faculty of Law, UB St. Augustine, to formally welcome you to today's launch. Dr. Elias-Roberts.
Good afternoon, everyone. All protocols being observed. Thank you for joining us for this virtual launch of this very significant partnership between the Incarceration Nations Network and the Faculty of Law at the UE St. Augustine campus. This project is made possible by the generous donation of a grant obtained from the J.B. Fernandez Memorial Trust, administered by the Rockefeller Philanthropy Advisors. And this partnership brings together our colleagues and students from our sister faculty in Cave Hill, Barbados, as well as colleagues from the Social Work Unit in the Department of Behavioral Sciences from the Faculty of Social Sciences here at the UE St. Augustine campus in Trinidad and Tobago. The work in this project and in this collaboration seeks to place a spotlight on the issues of access to justice, criminal justice reform, the experiences of incarcerated persons with a view of deconstructing narratives of stigma and discrimination. The multi-focus approach to this project is like nothing that we've done before in the Faculty of Law here at the St. Augustine campus. And we have three main initiatives which we will be engaged in over the next 10 months. They are: one, we'll have 3 mobile legal aid clinics, which will see the staff, students, and colleagues in law and social work going into the community to provide free legal services to persons who need it. There will also be an opportunity to follow up on the work in this clinic through a strategic litigation partnership. We'll be going to El Dorado, then Mayaro, and then Tobago. 2, we will have a 1 prison visit, which will allow staff and students to visit the women's prison and the YTRC to allow for a sharing of ideas and experiences. This is a vital component of this project as it allows vulnerable groups to be active agents in the advocacy of their circumstances. And 3, 4, student or justice stakeholder forum, where we will bring together incarcerated persons, students, criminal justice stakeholders in a panel discussion with a view of engaging in real discussions of the lived experiences of stigma, discrimination, and injustice. Over the course of the next 10 months, the Faculty of Law will be engaging in true activism and serving as a social engineer to make society the classroom for upcoming lawyers. This project seeks to bring students from the Faculty of Law Cave Hill campus together with colleagues in Trinidad and Tobago to participate and collaborate actively in each of the initiatives identified. So the entire Faculty of Law here at St. Augustine campus, we are supporting this project, and we have joined with many external stakeholders to ensure that this project is a success. I wish everyone a successful journey as we launch this project, and know that you will make a significant difference in the national and regional landscape. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you very much, Dr. Elias-Roberts, for your support in the initiative. I would like to now introduce Ms. Alexus McNally, who's an attorney at law, lecturer at the University of Nottingham. And I think a key team lead is really an understatement to the role Alexus plays in this initiative. And she will be introducing us to the project. Alexus?
Thank you, Timothy. Just one moment while I share my screen for everyone. Okay, hopefully everyone can now see the presentation here.
Yes, we can.
Fantastic. So hello, everyone. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us for the launch of Incarceration Nations Network and the University of the West Indies project titled Justice on the Move. My name is Alexus McNally. I'm a Haitian American human rights attorney. And for the past 2 years, I've been collaborating with Trinidadian lawyers and social workers to study the criminal justice system in Trinidad and Tobago. Through focus groups and interviews with justice stakeholders at various levels of government and a survey of every child incarcerated in Trinidad, we came to understand some of the gaps in access to justice in the nation, and this project was designed to fill some of those gaps. So the overarching goal of Justice on the Move is to strengthen access to justice in Trinidad and Tobago through the provision of civil and criminal legal aid services and capacity building activities for law students and justice stakeholders. And we plan to do that in 3 main ways, as was already alluded to earlier. First, by operating a mobile clinic. Second, by representing young people in conflict with the law. And third, by facilitating dialogue and convening workshops for justice stakeholders and students. Led by Dr. Timothy Affonso, Dr. Janeille Matthews, and Dr. Camille Huggins, who you'll hear from soon, from the University of the West Indies, a mobile legal aid clinic will provide legal aid services, social care, and support to indigent, vulnerable, and marginalized people in Trinidad and Tobago. At the moment, access to legal aid in Trinidad and Tobago is particularly limited for individuals living outside of the 5 geographic areas where legal aid offices are present. The Mobile Legal Aid Clinic will bring together a small cohort of UE faculty, students, and administrators from Trinidad and Barbados to provide legal advice and assistance on criminal and civil matters such as divorce, trespass, eviction, probate, and domestic violence cases. We will also be collaborating with the Hugh Whitting Law School and the Caribbean Center for Human Rights and the Shelter for Women and Children on this initiative. Students will support the activities of the Mobile Legal Aid Clinic by conducting client intake and, when necessary, legal research and writing. They will sit in on case discussions with clients to shadow lawyers, observing client interview techniques, and the provision of legal advice and assistance. So the clinic will travel to 3 different locations across the islands of both Trinidad and Tobago and will receive walk-ins for 1 day in each location. Our first clinic will take place at the El Dorado Community Center on Saturday, November 16th, 2024 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Alongside a small team of Trinidadian attorneys, we will represent a few of the youth currently incarcerated at the Youth Transformation and Rehabilitation Center, also known as YTRC or YTC. Our representation will incorporate restorative practices and be geared towards securing youth diversion out of the criminal justice system. Again, we will be working with social workers to address the non-legal needs of clients to provide wraparound support, facilitating their re-entry into their communities and working towards lowering their risk of recidivism. Representation will also involve advocacy in the youth's defense and will aim to ensure that individuals receive fair trials that uphold all of their due process rights in accordance with national and international law. Students will support this activity through research, writing, and social support. Students will have the opportunity to travel to YTRC to meet with clients and also attend court hearings when possible. Law students and students from the Department of Behavioral Sciences from UE St. Augustine in Trinidad and Tobago, as well as UE Cave Hill in Barbados, will receive mentorship and training on a variety of topics such as trauma-informed lawyering, holistic legal aid, criminal defense, diversionary mechanisms, fair trial rights, and restorative practices. These educational opportunities will increase their interest and capability to provide high-quality legal aid in the future. These trainings will occur in person and online and will be widely available to students and young professionals. They will be facilitated by myself, Dr. Affonso, Dr. Matthews, Dr. Huggins, and other regional and international experts. Lastly, led by INN Executive Director Dr. Dreisinger and Nicholas Kahn, a poet and business owner who was formerly incarcerated at YTRC, justice stakeholders and system-impacted people will be brought together to discuss the current state of various aspects of the justice system. They will also organize a student visit to a detention facility so that students can become sensitized to the plight of people who come into conflict with the law. Students will have the opportunity to meet with incarcerated and released individuals and hear about their stories and experiences. The hope is that through these activities, the next generation of lawyers will be inspired, informed, trained, and empowered to provide high-quality legal aid services to uphold the fair trial rights for people of modest means. As you can see, this is an enormous project that will hopefully touch the lives of many people and fuel much-needed change to guarantee access to justice in the region. This concludes my overview of the project activities. I will hand it over now to my colleagues to share more about our objectives and the importance of this work and the individuals and organizations involved.
Thank you very much, Alexus. I would like to introduce Dr. Janeille Matthews, the Deputy Dean for Graduate Studies and Research at the Faculty of Law UWI Cave Hill campus in Barbados, and she will speak on the importance of the cross-border regional partnerships and initiatives and the involvement of the UWI Cave Hill in this project. Dr. Matthews?
Thank you very much, Timothy. Good morning, everyone. Protocols having been established. I teach criminal law, and I'm also the Deputy Dean for Graduate Studies and Research at the UWI Cave Hill, as you would have just heard. I'm really excited to be here with you all today to launch an initiative that reflects the spirit of collaboration and unity that defines the University of the West Indies. This partnership between INN, the UWI Faculty of Law, community leaders, and scholar activists is more than just a legal aid program. It's a powerful testament of what we can accomplish when we work together across borders to tackle shared challenges. Cross-border partnerships like this one provide invaluable opportunities for collaboration, allowing us to pool our knowledge, resources, and expertise. By drawing on the insights and experiences of our colleagues at our sister campus and the lived experiences of our community activists, as well as the global perspective brought by our INN partners, we strengthen our ability to address complex legal challenges. This partnership enables us to take a multifaceted approach to legal aid, one that incorporates both traditional representation and innovative approaches like restorative justice and everything that you would have just heard, as well as opportunities for strategic litigation, particularly in the realm of juvenile justice. Together, we are pushing the boundaries of what legal aid can achieve in the region. I'm particularly proud to embark on this venture with my law colleagues at St. Augustine. Our Vice Chancellor has repeatedly emphasized that the UWI has one faculty of law. We may be split across 3 campuses in 3 different countries, but we are one. Today's launch embodies the Vice Chancellor's vision of unity. Through this project, we bring together students, faculty, and legal practitioners from both campuses in a way that we very rarely get to do. We know that access to justice is not an isolated issue. The barriers facing indigent and marginalized communities in Trinidad and Tobago mirror those found throughout the region. Limited legal resources, challenges in reaching underserved communities, and obstacles to fair representation are problems that plague us all. By working together across campuses and countries, we leverage our collective strengths and perspectives, creating a robust response to these systemic issues. With our international partners, we are excited to work towards achieving something that transcends any one campus or one nation. For our selected students, this project represents a unique opportunity to engage in work that goes beyond traditional classroom learning. By participating in this program, our students will gain firsthand experience in holistic legal aid, trauma-informed lawyering, and strategic litigation. They'll engage directly with clients, conduct research, and visit detention centers. And this exposure is invaluable, not just for the skills they'll acquire, but for the compassion and commitment to justice that they will develop. As future Caribbean lawyers, these students will be equipped with the practical skills and cultural sensitivity needed to serve marginalized populations and effect change. I would like to acknowledge my colleagues, Dr. Timothy Alfonso, Dr. Camille Huggins from St. Augustine, as well as UWI's St. Augustine's administrative team. They have been invaluable to this project. Our INN Executive Director, Dr. Boz Dreisinger, whose dedication and expertise have been instrumental to bringing this project to life. I would also like to specially thank Mr. Nicholas Kahn, whose unique perspective as someone with lived experience enriches this project immeasurably. His journey from incarceration to success as a business owner and poet reminds us of the power of redemption and the importance of community support. We are all so much more than the mistakes that we've made. I would like to thank our donors, our project coordinators, Alexus, Timothy described it well. You are a key leader in our endeavor, and we are forever in your debt. Thank you, everyone, for being part of our journey towards a more just and equitable Caribbean. Together, we are making strides that will resonate far beyond the boundaries of our individual islands, creating a legacy of justice and collaboration that we hope will endure for generations to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Janeille, and I think you've really put a nice context to the entire discussion. I just want to highlight that this is a virtual launch because I don't think we have any two partners existing in the same jurisdiction. As Janeille is speaking to us from Barbados, we have Alexus in the UK and Dr. Boz Dreisinger, who is our partner as the Executive Director of the Incarceration Nations Network, is in Cambodia. So this is really a global effort at trying to address the ills that we see every day in a regional context. Dr. Dreisinger, who is the Executive Director of INN, our partner, is also a lecturer at the John Jay College of Criminology and Criminal Justice at the City University of New York University. She's also an author, and she's on our program to speak of the importance of prison visits and law student and stakeholder engagement. She is unable to attend because of where she is right now, but she has prepared a video, and Alexus McNally will show it to us now.
Just one moment.
Alexus, we can see, but it hasn't played yet.
Greetings. I'm Dr. Boz Dreisinger, founder and executive director of Incarceration Nations Network and a professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice, City University of New York. It's a pleasure to be with you all today, if not in the virtual realm, at least in the recorded one, although I'm very much there in spirit. I am tremendously excited to be collaborating with the University of the West Indies for this Justice on the Move project, which is going to have enormous impact in Trinidad and Tobago, in Barbados, and in the whole region. Truly, it's an honor and a pleasure to work with you all and to see this project take off. Incarceration Nations Network, or INN as we call it, is a global prison reform organization. We are a network of partners, 134 of them in more than 4 countries, doing a range of justice work, everything from education programs behind bars to reintegration programs to policy advocacy work, and of course legal work like the one that we're launching today. As a network and as an organization, we work to elevate, amplify, and really see the work of our partners strengthened in every respect. We also work to connect our partners with each other and with the world. As an organization as well, we have multiple projects of our own that involve tremendous collaboration with our partners, and pretty much all of them fall under one of two headings. The first is the heading of culture change, of getting the broader public in various ways to understand why tough on crime is not the answer and smart on crime is, to get public attitudes to shift away from a punitive approach and more toward a restorative one and a holistic one, to invest in people over prisons, to invest in communities over punishment. We recognize that no matter what, however much policy changes, if the culture doesn't change to go with it, we can't advance justice. And so to that end, we have a docuseries, we have an art installation, we do lots of public-facing events that engage with the full range of stakeholders to really, again, reach all aspects of society with different messaging and engage different people in these critical conversations about what justice means. The other pillar of our work is under the heading of leadership development and empowerment of those with lived experience of the justice system. To that end, we have a Global Freedom Fellowship where we are building a community of formerly incarcerated leaders from around the world whom we bring to South Africa annually and then work to connect with each other and in their respective countries. Of course, Nicholas Kahn, who will speak after me, is one of those Global Freedom Fellows and was with me in South Africa earlier this year, as well as multiple other countries doing the work alongside me, both in Trinidad and globally. We also, as part of that pillar, have a mantra that we call education, not incarceration, where we promote education, obviously, instead of incarceration, and we advance the idea that had people had access to education in the first place, they likely would not have ended up in prison. Education and other opportunities, of course, and all of the opportunities that are adjacent to education and particularly university education. To that end, we build prison-university partnerships around the world in collaboration with local institutions and our wonderful partners in various countries. We also have the Global Freedom Scholars Network, which is the world's first transnational network of formerly incarcerated students. And I'm proud to say that there is a chapter in Trinidad and Tobago, and Nicholas is the chair of that chapter. So how do these things relate to Justice on the Move, the wonderful project that we're launching today? Well, clearly, it's an innovative approach to justice, and it's in collaboration with our partners. It's part of our Education, Not Incarceration initiative because it recognizes this initiative that there are so many ways that universities can contribute to building safer communities and can contribute to justice systems. And this is a perfect example of a very innovative way that the University of the West Indies, can step up and say, we are here to impact justice systems in a very real way. To house this in the law faculty and to be working with law students is especially important. And perhaps that's the aspect of this project that excites me the most. When I founded the Prison to College Pipeline program at John Jay College, where I teach, 14 years ago, I went and met with the president of John Jay, and he said, I love this idea. You're going to offer university classes in prison and guarantee people a place in university upon release. He said, all of that is wonderful, but how is it going to impact the students on campus? And so in response to that, I developed an aspect of the Prison to College pipeline called the Learning Exchange. The Learning Exchange was an opportunity for students from the campus, traditional students, to come into prison once a month and learn alongside their incarcerated peers. And I say peers because many students would come into my office and say, I want to tutor the incarcerated students. And I would say to them, no, you don't need to tutor them. They're fantastically brilliant. You're going to be their equal, your peers. You're both enrolled at John Jay. You're both university students. You're going to learn together. And I named these the Learning Exchanges. And that name reflects something very profound, which is that it's an opportunity to exchange knowledge, not for one to have expertise and give it to another, but for the expertise to come in both directions. And that is very similarly what we're bringing to the table with Justice on the Move. The opportunity for University of the West Indies students to encounter incarcerated individuals and communities in a very different sort of way than they've had the opportunity to do so in the past. To engage with justice-involved individuals like Nicholas and our community of leaders with lived experience in Trinidad, to go into prisons as a learner and a giver. Again, a learning exchange. And this has enormous impact on the future of law in Trinidad and Barbados and beyond. It has impact on the future of politics in Trinidad and Barbados and beyond, because these are the future lawyers, these are the future justice leaders of the country. And for them to engage in this way with the community that they've never engaged in this way with before is vastly impactful. I know because I saw it myself. It happened at John Jay with the learning exchanges. I watched as students in the decade of my building and running the program, students changed their entire career paths from having this opportunity to engage with a population that they never engaged with before, a population that is stigmatized, that is misunderstood, that the stereotypes abound about this population, and students had these stereotypes dispelled before their very eyes and changed their career paths, changed their attitudes, and spread this knowledge like a beautiful virus in their families, around the campus, creating a massive culture change and having all kinds of beautiful impact. So I'm excited to see this same thing happen. I'm excited to be a part of it, alongside my wonderful colleagues that are part of this project, and I can't wait to see it get started. I can't wait to meet the students that will be a part of it and the beneficiaries who will vastly benefit from this program. So congratulations on the launch, and I look forward to working with you all going forward.
I know that was a recording, but I want to tell Baz thank you. It's not difficult to see Baz's passion in the work that she does, and you need to interact with Baz in person to realize what a phenomenal human being she is. So I am grateful to Baz for preparing the video. And we move quickly along to Mr. Nicholas Khan. And I think every presenter this morning has mentioned Nicholas. Nicholas is inspirational. He is a fantastic individual who has overcome significant challenges. Nicholas, I never like to introduce you because I don't know if there's a label that is correct to introduce you. So I will do the Freedom Fellow of the Incarceration Nations Network, the chairman of the Trinidad chapter in poet, spoken word performer, businessman, and I put formerly incarcerated person last because that in no way defines who you are. I introduced Nicholas. He will speak to us about the Lived Experience Council and outline the sessions and the importance of involving system-impacted people by prioritizing their expertise and not making them an object, but the subject of the discussion. So Nicholas, I hand over to you.
Good day, everyone. Everyone can hear me?
Yes, Nicholas.
All right. Thank you for the introduction, Timothy. I sit before you today, not just as a speaker, but as a testament to the transformative power of second chances. I am a former, as person would say, inmate, someone who knows firsthand the challenges and injustices that can arise within the prison system. Today, I want to share my experiences and the importance of involving system-impacted people in creating a more equitable and just society. My time behind bars was a difficult period, but it also opened up my eyes to the systematic issues that contribute to recidivism and perpetuate the cycle of incarceration. I saw firsthand how a lack of legal representation, limited access to resources, and the absence of support systems upon release can hinder individuals from successfully integrating into society. It is for this reason that I am so excited to be part of this initiative by bringing Legal Aid directly to prisons. We are taking a crucial step towards addressing these systematic issues. We are giving a voice to those who have been silenced. providing them with the tools and resources they need to rebuild their lives. The Lived Experience Council is a groundbreaking endeavor that places the voices of formerly incarcerated individuals at the forefront of criminal justice reform. By involving people who have directly experienced the system, we can develop solutions that are truly effective and equitable. We bring a unique perspective and invaluable insights to the table. Our sessions will focus on legal aid and advocacy. We will work to ensure that incarcerated individuals have access to legal representation and assistance with navigating with complex legal system. Reintegration support, policy reform. We will advocate for policy changes that promote rehabilitation, reduce recidivism, and create a more just criminal justice system. By involving system-impacted people in these efforts, we are prioritizing lived experience and ensuring that our solutions are grounded in reality. By working with the University of the West Indies, Faculty of Law, Cavill Campus, Social Work Unit Department, Behavioral Science, Incarceration Nations Network, and of course the Prison Service, partnering with the Women's Prison and YTRC to bring these initiatives to life. Our prison visit will provide platform for direct engagement with incarcerated individuals. We will listen to their concerns, offer support, and advocate for their rights. By building relationships and fostering trust, we can create a more humane and effective prison system. I believe by working together, we can create a future where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, regardless of their past. Let's break down barriers and challenges that status quo and build a society that truly values rehabilitation and redemption. And I just want to welcome everybody to this project. I'm really excited to start this project with each and every one of you all. And each and every one have a vital role to play in this, and we're in this together. So I just want to say thank you again for being part of this.
Nicholas, thank you so much. And I mean, I met Nicholas a year ago when he came and spoke to my class, my International Human Rights Clinic class. And I realized what a powerful resource Nicholas is to speak on behalf of criminal justice reform, because he has been a part of it and he understands how things work. So Nicholas, thank you so much. And we all look forward to working with you in this initiative. Our next speaker is Dr. Camille Huggins, a social worker and lecturer at the Social Work Unit in the Department of Behavioral Sciences and the Faculty of Social Sciences at the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine campus. And she will be speaking from a perspective of interdisciplinary work and the role of the social worker and the shelter in this particular project. Dr. Huggins.
Hi, good afternoon. All protocols observed. This has been a great opportunity for, not only are we working across campuses, but we're also working interdisciplinary, working with social work and law. So some of you might be wondering why social work involved in this project. We're both professions are advocacy based. We're all trying to help those reach a sense of equity and justice in their issues. And what social work does is because we work in all different facets of the criminal justice system. We work in the prisons, we work with the judges, we work as probation officers, we work in and also we work with the TTPS, the law police system. We are in an intricate role in all these aspects. Social workers do things like they look at the psychological problems, the social issues, the environmental factors that might be, contributing to the criminal behavior of that person. We also look at the fact of, how do we advocate for fair treatment and advocacy and rehabilitation outcomes. We look at how to help with assessments. So we can work alongside lawyers to find out issues regarding their family. We may do assessments as far as their relationships with their children, their older adults, or where their children are living if they're incarcerated. We might be involved in the therapy as well as crisis intervention. We come in when there's an emergency and issues that need immediate attention. We are also support in the court settings as far as providing additional assessments that you might be needing. Oh, Alexus, okay, next slide, please. So, we are in a gamut of issues. We provide a lot of support as far as victim counseling. So, yes, you as the lawyers are involved in making sure that you're dealing with the criminal justice system. We deal with everything else. We navigate social services. Some people need birth papers. Some people need licenses. Some people need to move their children to new schools just in case they're in a domestic violence dispute. I'm also part of the chair of a domestic violence shelter that work with women who basically come into contact with the police as well as the criminal justice system based on what happened, the allegations of the domestic violence. So sometimes we are involved in making sure that their services are met, that they're protecting their children, protecting themselves from further abuse. We work with transitioning them back into society once they've been incarcerated. We have to be able to provide them opportunities for housing, which we do a lot of, or making them get a job. And that's very difficult when they're in a stigmatized place of having the characteristic of being incarcerated. So we have to be at a place where we are advocating and basically negotiating for them different issues that they may have. We also look for stable employment, healthcare, and community resources. Next slide, please. Our role in this mobile legal aid system is that we will be helping make sure that we have ensuring a comprehensive client-centered approach, recognizing social factors impacting the legal issues and working to address alongside with legal remedies. We will also help navigate social services and connect them with resources such as housing support, mental health services, financial assistance, and provide emotional support that is often stressful. Social workers will also conduct needs assessment in identifying barriers for self-sufficiency and advocate for clients' rights within the legal system. Sometimes there are things that lawyers may overlook and not see that we can basically advocate for and make sure that it is remedied. Next slide, please. Another thing that we will do is we will help lead discussions on restorative justice, rehabilitation, community reentry programs, and helping students understand the broader social context of the criminal justice system. I spent a lot of time showing context of families and how they reach to a place where they're involved in criminal justice issues. We also will be helping facilitate sessions that can explore issues that may impact mental health, substance use, and socioeconomic factors that are contributing to the incarceration. So overall, we're going to be working alongside lawyers. We'll be doing advocacy. I think this is a great opportunity to really complement the services that we both provide in our both professions and to make sure that we are reaching equity for all our clients. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Huggins. I think it is very important for our law students and our social workers to realize that no man is an island, no profession can do it alone. And if we're looking for a truly holistic solution, we have to be interdisciplinary in our approach. So thank you very much, Dr. Huggins. So the next presentation is actually my presentation, and I am Dr. Timothy Affonso. I'm the Deputy Dean for Student Matters and the faculty lead for this project. And I'm speaking about the importance of students in this particular initiative. The project has at its heart societal change. And for all of us, change must be strategic, consistent, and positive. This is why we have placed our students frontally in each of the initiatives. Our belief is that learning must move from the classroom into our society. And not only do we think this, but also our students do as well, as we have had almost 200 volunteers for these initiatives, and we don't have that many opportunities. So the students also are excited to go into the community and practice what they have been taught. We have brought together students not only from the Faculty of Law at UW St. Augustine campus in Trinidad and Tobago, but under the direction of Dr. Matthews in the Faculty of Law UW Cave Hill campus in Barbados. We also have students from Barbados. We have integrated our social work students into our project under the supervision of Dr. Huggins. And we've also tried to integrate our Hugh-winning law students as volunteers and part of our clinic. So in essence, students are driving this project. When we see our work, we see us building on the community presence of our predecessor dean, now principal, Professor Rosemary Bellantwine. And she started this with community outreach. And it has continued under our current dean, Dr. Elias-Roberts, where activism must be impactful. We must go out into our society and work to make things better. And involving our students in this work is essential to ensure that we inculcate values of civic-mindedness, societal consciousness, and the fact that law can be used to right wrong. For these reasons, students will push this project forward, and it is hoped that while we start this legal aid project and these other projects today, it must continue until the factors which disadvantage some groups in society are removed, thereby making access to justice real. In this project, we will be visiting prisons, engaging with incarcerated persons with a view of deconstructing the narratives of stigma, addressing challenges of reintegration of formerly incarcerated persons into society, looking at the lived experiences of persons who suffer when there are prolonged pretrial delays in the criminal justice system. Students, beyond being taught this in class, need to see the impact of these realities as part of the daily life of some persons in society. This is a human rights discussion where we bring our students face to face with persons who may feel invisible in our system. Giving visibility to the hidden and giving names to the nameless helps our students to confront the human effects of inadequate laws. And it is hoped that this exposure through interdisciplinary targeting of problems will give our next generation of lawyers and social workers a social consciousness. It is this essential aspect that our students, or why our students are integrated in everything that the faculty and the wider university does. Because this project seeks to ensure that there's someone to carry on the fight after we are gone. So thank you all for joining us today. This is our official launch to the INN UE project, which you will hear more about over the course of the next 10 months. And I thank you all for joining us as we launch the project today. I would like to do a formal vote of thanks. Specifically, I'd like to thank Dr. Alicia Elias-Roberts, Dean of the Faculty of Law, UB St. Augustine Campus, for her support at every step of the way. Ms. Leanne Alexander, Philanthropic Advisor of the Rockefeller Philanthropy Advisors. Alexus McNally, Attorney, Lecturer in University of Nottingham. Dr. Baz Dreisinger, our partner and professor at Professor John Jay College of Criminal Justice. Dr. Camille Huggins, Lecturer in Social Work Unit, Department of Behavioral Sciences, Faculty of Social Sciences, UB St. Augustine. Dr. Janeille Matthews, Deputy Dean, Graduate Studies and Research, Faculty of Law, UB Cave Hill Campus. Mr. Mustafa Taha, Lawyer and Legal Advisor. Mr. Nicholas Khan, Freedom Fellow of Incarceration Network, and just an amazing human being. I'd like to thank our support team at the faculty, Mrs. Anita Ali, Administrative Officer of the Faculty of Law, Mrs. Janelle Rollock, London, Administrative Assistant, Mrs. Gayatri Samaru Sukraj, our IT Technician, Ms. Ara Roberts, Clerical Assistant, Ms. Cara John, our Legal Research Assistant, and Ms. Cassini Osine. Our marketing team at UE, they have been instrumental in sending out everything that we have done. And lastly, and certainly not least, I would like to thank our audience for being part of this landmark initiative. We greatly appreciate your support. If anyone is interested in finding out more of the project, you can write ara.roberts@sta.ue.edu. I see Ms. Leanne Alexander here, and I don't want to put her on the spot. I don't know if there's anything she would like to bring to the participants and to the audience today.
I don't know if everyone can hear me.
We can hear you, Leanne.
I'm very awesome. I am so moved by everyone gathering today. I was especially moved by Nicholas's remarks. Thank you, Dr. Camille, Dr. Janeille, thank you, Dr. Timothy, thank you, Dr. Baz, for your commitment and your fastidious passion for this work. Thank you for all the excitement from the UE students, both in Barbados and in Trinidad, for your excitement to be a part of this very cool and momentous project that I know will change hearts and minds and especially lives. And thank you for your trust in my partnership. Thank you for bringing me into a space. As a funder, you're seen as, someone representing, the ivory tower perspective of what it means to do community work. So I value and appreciate being very much a part of all that's happening on the ground with this work. And I look forward to more.
Thank you very much, Leanne, and we are grateful that you're able to join us, that you've partnered with the UE and with INN, and we hope to make you proud. So thank you all very much for joining us. And we look forward to your support and participation as we launch the project today. And we start with our first clinic, legal aid clinic, on Saturday, the 16th of November at the El Dorado Community Center. Thank you all very much. Please be safe. And whatever part of the world you're on, have a great day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye, everyone.